Hey guys, welcome to the channel. cgaviator here with a preview of the F-18C freeware that will be made available from DC Designs. So this is coming to Microsoft Flight Sim. It will be PC only, I'm afraid, because this is a ported over version of the model available in FSX. So it won't be on Marketplace, it'll be PC only. But they've done a darn fine job. There's lots of animations, lots of additions. You can see weapons on there. They've got a bunch of liveries on there, and I'll include a screenshot of that if I can remember. But I'll show you the best part of that, and it's probably the flight dynamics. CodenameJack has worked his magic with how this thing actually flies, and suffice to say, I reckon it's better than the actual F-18E that's in the sim at the moment. So in this sortie, we're going to airborne from RF Lakenheath. I'll do a startup, I'll show you the weapons, I'll show you all the animations that's included, the nice little features, and I'll throw it around, do some aerobatics from inside and outside the aircraft so you get an idea of how it handles and just prove to you why the flight dynamics are as good as I think they are. So of course the weapons, you've got an AIM-9 here on the wingtips, you've got AIM-120s on the fuselage and GBU-33s. They're static only, they're not releasable, but you can select them as required on the weight and balance page. Here we are in the cockpit, and I think you'll agree that it looks really nice. Remember, this is freeware, it's still slightly work in progress, but it looks overall very nice indeed. We'll get things started and I'll talk about the animation. So switch the battery on. I recommend chucking the engine page on the MFD because I don't think the engine display on the lower left of the front cockpit is working particularly well. Maybe that gets updated, maybe not, but I recommend chucking the engine page up there for information. APU goes on. When that's ready, the green light will illuminate and then we can crank the engines. Green light, 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. And crank the right. So it's very difficult to hear the engines at the moment. I'm presuming they're default sounds, but you can see that the rotation has started. Once the N2 RPM gets through 50, the engine start switch goes back to the central position, and the full start on the engine is complete by 60. And once you get both engines started, the APU will switch off after about a minute. So that side of things is working really nicely. I'll show you the animations on the outside. So down to the lower left, thank you Track IR for stuttering, that's great. We've got a fuel probe, that is available. What else we got? We've got the wing sweep and the hook. Let's chuck that down. We've got the speed brake. We'll pop that out as well. And I know you shouldn't really be able to sweep the wings, I don't think, unless you've got hydraulic pressure, but like I say, it's freeware. And that might get adjusted in the future. Wing sweep, hook, and speed brake. Nice, let's chuck the speed brake in. We'll put the hook back in. Wing sweep, engine looks like it has started, so left engine start. Lights, by the by, are behind the throttle quadrant down to the lower left. And that's kind of all you need. Ah, yes, nose wheel steering. Make sure you have something key bound to nose wheel steering toggle. And you can check out my F-18 nose wheel steering video that I did just for this. Well, just for the F-18E actually, but it'll help you if you don't know how to get the nose wheel steering working. So whilst the left-hand engine started, you know what? I'm going to taxi out anyway because, well, why not? So parking brakes off, we'll chuck the landing taxi light on, and off we go. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with this scenery. RF Lakenheath, I've been here a few times in my previous life. And lots of stuff to explore, lots of houses, F-18s. Correction, I keep calling them F-18s. I'm in an F-18. Those are F-15s, of course. But they've done an excellent job with the layout and just the clutter. How are we doing with that left engine start? Left engine started, and the APU will switch itself off, but I'll do it myself. Oh, there we go. The upfront control panel, I think, is a work in progress. It's not fully implemented. And the other thing that's slightly work in progress is the carrier. Now, this should be landable and catapultable, if that's even a word, on the carrier, but for whatever reason, it's not working at the moment. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll get airborne. I'll fly a brief aerobatic sequence from inside the cockpit and just demonstrate why I think the flight dynamics are so good. Then I'll fly some from outside the cockpit, which will be good fun for those of you that like to fly that way. I'll show you some of the effects, which are actually really good, including this one, which I think is great. Just demonstrate the high alpha. A bit of speed brake, why not? I mean, look at that. How cool is that? Bit of AB, bit around the corner. I mean, come on, that is decent. That is good fun. And all I'm doing is full backstick. You've still got full aileron control. It's not losing all its speed. It's fantastic. If you did this in the F-18E, what would happen is as soon as you get above 20-21 units of alpha, it would bleed all its speed, full stall, and plummet to the ground unless you completely relinquished all alpha to try and get the speed back, which is wholly unrealistic. But in this, you can tell CodenameJack has been working hard, especially on his Typhoon. He's kind of a ninja when it comes to flight dynamics now, and it has paid off in this aircraft because you can just have a whole heap of fun with it. I'll do a couple more maneuvers and then we'll go for the external views. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this airplane? I mean, it's freeware, so if you've got a PC, you fly Microsoft Flight Sim, there's no reason not to give it a go. Over the top, that's 3,100 feet. Full backstick. Alright, external footage. Oh, that looks amazing. The condensation off the leading edge root extensions, the bits at the front, that looks fantastic. It looks really nice. You can do kind of a high alpha pedal turn a little bit. Not as much as you'd expect in the real thing. Oh, I'm up at 540 knots there. Let's pop some speed brake. Fuel low, roger that. You might have to PFL it on the ground, or actual force landing it, let's see. Right, okay. Let's land it before we crash it. Where am I? About 1,500 feet. Speed's good. Gear, flap. This is me making it up as I go along, by the way. Okay, let's get the trim right. High rate of descent because we're high. Speed's good. Alpha's good. It's just a really easy airplane to fly. Now, because I was looking from the outside, I overshot my turn. Never mind. Bit of stall action. All good. Like I say, don't judge me on this approach. This is just me putting it on the ground. And there we have it. Sortie complete, just about. So I really enjoyed that. I think they've done wonders with how it looks. It is freeware, it is work in progress. It looks brilliant in cockpit. It looks even better from the outside. The animations are really nice, but the flight dynamics are the crown jewels of this particular aircraft. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.